Well, thank you guys for signing in. We'll probably have people that come in and out as we go along, and that's fine. I have everyone on mute right now. If you have questions, if you look at the bottom of where your video is, there should be a chat option. You can go ahead and just click on that and type any questions that you have as we go, and I'll make sure to answer them before we're done with the call. But how many of you are so excited because you should be getting your kits Tuesday or Wednesday, so that's super exciting. Yay, Sherry! All right, so that's super exciting. Get down, go, lay right there, thank you. Okay, so the first thing I really want to talk about, and it's something that I will refer you guys to throughout your Pure Romance journey, is our incentive and rewards guide. So a new one comes out every single year. Did you guys get this in the mail? No? Okay, so for Sherry and Danielle, yours might be coming in your kits, and that's why you didn't get them. But the rest of you should have got them. Did you? Sarah? No, you didn't? Okay. Well, keep watching your mail because I just got mine this week, so you should have it. But this is the rewards book. There's a thicker one, the incentives guide, and that is basically like our rule book. So while you can get most of your answers off the Sassy Sweetheart page or the Bliss Beauties page or things like that, it's important that you make sure that you are taking control of your business and taking initiative. If you have questions, look through that book. So if you don't have yours yet, I can show you where I just checked, and 2015's is still up, but I'm sure they'll be putting 2016's up in the next week or so. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay. So if you go to your COO, you are gonna see this. It looks the same for everybody. Your tabs might look a little bit different because of where you are in the company as far as what level you're on. But the incentives guide is going to be under Training Center and New Consultant Corner. So when you click on that, you will find the incentive requirements guide right here, right on the side. So like I said, this is 2015, but I'm sure 2016 will be coming up pretty soon. Let's see. Okay, so that, like I said, is basically the rule book. So it's going to tell you the do's and don'ts of Pure Romance. It's going to explain how you move up levels. It's going to explain your buying percentages, all sorts of things like that, which I'm going to talk a little bit about as we go along today. But that is something that if you have questions, more than likely myself or your sponsor will ask you, did you check your incentive guide? So it's important that you know where yours is. In your new kits, you should be getting them so you have a hard copy, but if not, you will always be able to find it online, okay? The next thing I want to talk about is knowing your why. So you'll hear us talk about that a lot, and basically what that means is, why are you doing this business? What did you get into it for? And that's not only for yourself, but it's for your clients also, to be able to connect with you and understand what it is that you're doing this business for. So, for instance, your why will change throughout the course of doing Pure Romance. So when I started 3.5 years ago, my why was because I quit my job and needed to pay a mortgage. Pretty simple. My why now is much different. Yes, I did just quit a job and still need to pay a mortgage. So kind of similar, I guess. But it's mainly because I love the sexual health aspect of Pure Romance. So I love that I get to teach women about their bodies, their sexuality, and let them know that it's okay to enjoy sex. And something I talk about at all of my parties is that basically we are taught where our cervix is, and then no one ever talks to us about sex again. And I love that I get to kind of fill that gap. So that's kind of where my why is now. But it's important that you know your why, because you're going to have days where this business is hard, and you're going to need to remember why you're doing it. And if you're not connected to your why, it's very easy to forget what you're doing it for and walk away. And we don't want that. So know your why. If you want to share it with myself, with your sponsor, if I'm not your direct sponsor, you know, it's something to also help us as leaders be able to bring you back. So if, you know, you're on the edge, we can remind you, like, you know, when you started, you told me that you wanted to start because X, Y, and Z. But like I said, it's important that you're connected to your why, because if you're not connected to it, you're not buying into it, it's a lot easier to give up. Okay. Next thing is the 100 people and ways to book. So again, I'm going to share my screen with you. So hold on one second. So under same place, training center, new consultant, you'll have a who do you know list. You can pull that up, and it'll help you come up with people that you know that you might not think about to book. So it's very easy for us to be like, oh, I'm going to call my 3 best friends and my sister. And once you get past those 4 people, it's like, oh, well, now I have no one to do parties with. So going back through your who do you know list from time to time, I can tell you that I still revisit it because there's times where my calendar doesn't look like I want it to. So doing your who do you know, and then also there's 100 ways to get bookings flyer, which this is on the Sassy Sweetheart page. It's on the COO somewhere, but they moved it. So it's under files on the COO or on the Sassy Sweetheart Facebook page. But this gives you a whole bunch of ways to book parties. I'm going to tell you, I was looking through it before I signed on, and this is a really old document. Like, they're going to have things on there that tell you about putting together packages, like buying packages, and you're going to read the products and you're going to say, I don't even know what that is, because some of the products weren't even around when I started 3.5 years ago. So it's an old document, but the ideas are still really good. So another way to help you boost your bookings. Let me see. I have any questions yet? Let me check my little chat here. Nope. Okay. 4th, if you're just getting started, you should make sure that you have scheduled your Pop the Box party and your launch party. So Pop the Box basically means that when your kit comes on Tuesday or Wednesday, you're going to have a few of your girlfriends over, and you guys are going to drink some wine, and you're going to open the box with your friends. And what that does is that helps get them excited as well. And you can sell some products before your launch party, or you may have friends who you would have never even thought are interested in the business, because they're going to see how excited you are, and they're going to be excited too. So it's a really informal thing. You don't have to do a demo. You don't have to like worry about that. It's basically like your box comes and you don't open it until your friends come over and you guys all do it together, and you drink wine. Obviously that's what you always do, is drink wine also. So, and then scheduling your launch party. So, I know that it was a little bit different with the Founders Day sale, since you guys sign and then you don't get your kits till January. So usually we encourage people to do their launch within 2 weeks of signing. So since you girls are getting your kits, hopefully you've talked with your sponsor and your launch party is already on the books. I know Danielle's is. Sherry, do you have your launch party set? Okay. So you're going to want to get with Lauren and make sure that you guys get that under control, because it's good to get started while you still have the excitement and the momentum. Because what happens a lot of times is that, you know, you're excited and you buy the kit and then it sits there, and then like the longer it sits there, you're like, oh my God, what did I do? And you want to definitely make that money back that you put into the business right away so that you don't see it as a loss. So your launch party is basically you're going to invite your friends and your family, and you're the one that's going to do the demo. 9 times out of 10, your sponsor will be there with you for support, unless that's not what you want. But it's good to have somebody there who's been in the business and who can help you if you get stuck, or if your people have questions and you're like, I don't know. It's good to have your sponsor or another leader there. Also, there's the corporate fast track program, which, let me see. So if you guys don't know, on the COO, there's a little search bar right up here. You can type in what you're looking for, and it can go ahead and help you get started. So right here, I just typed in fast track, and this is going to show you the fast track program that corporate puts out for you guys. So because they want you to succeed just as much as we want you to succeed, it's going to talk about the things you need to do within 60 days. So here it says earning 250 in personal retail sales. That changed as of January 1st. So now you just need to do 200 in retail sales to activate your account if you bought the standard kit. And once you do that, you're active. But if you go ahead and actually achieve $1,000 in retail sales within your first 60 days, you receive this really pretty heart pendant right here. And then if you sponsor a new consultant who activates in that 60 days, you also receive this cute little heart pin too. So that's a corporate fast track. If you're on my first downline, I do a fast track for my girls, which I sent to you, Danielle, so I know you got it. And I know Rachel does one. I'm not sure if Lauren does one. But basically, it's like a checklist to help you get started and to incentivize you to make sure that you're doing what you need to so that you stay on the right track. Because I know when you buy the kit, you're so excited, and then you get all this information, you're like, ah, crap, now what? What do I do? Am I doing the right things? And trust me, it's very common for me to get a text message or a phone call from new consultants that say, I'm not doing anything. What should I be doing? What do I need to be doing? So that's why we kind of offer those lists and the fast track options for you guys. All right. Next, make a calendar of when you want to work. So one of the best parts about this business is that you get to pick your schedule. So it's really important that you know what your schedule is and when you're looking to party. Because if you go into your launch party and someone's like, oh, I want to book a party with you, and you're like, okay, well, I'm not really sure when I'm available, you're going to lose that booking. So it's important that you know when you want to work. So if you only want to do parties on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, it's important that you know that. So when girls are like, oh, I want to party with you, you can say to them, oh, I have Saturday the 9th available and Tuesday the 12th available. Which of those works best for you? The number one thing I tell all of my girls is that you want to give women options when it comes to booking, but you don't want to say to them, okay, when do you want to book? Because we're like kids. It's like when your husband or your boyfriend asks you, where do you want to go to dinner? I don't know, right? That's what we say. We don't know. We never know. So if you give them a couple options, you are more apt to secure that booking that day. So what I do is I always throw out my first 2 available days that I want to party for them. So I say, oh, great. I'm really excited. I want to party with you too. So do you prefer weekdays or weekends? Okay, weekends. So I have Friday the 8th available and Saturday the 15th or 16th available. Which of those works best for you? Because you want to get paid now. You don't want to get paid 2 months from now, right? Like, we got into this because we want to make the money. So you're offering them the dates that you want to fill fastest. So you may have women who say, oh, that's too soon. I'm not going to be able to do that. I have a very strict policy that I do not book out more than 6 weeks in advance. That's my own personal policy. You can do whatever you want to. My reason for that is because after 6 weeks, they start to lose interest. I can tell you my January calendar is full right now, but I can only get a hold of 2. I've only talked to 2 of my hostesses for the month because I booked those at the beginning of December and their interest has lessened, and especially because of the holidays. So now today, when I get off this call, that's what I'm going to spend the rest of my day doing, is connecting with my hostesses. So if I would have booked 8 weeks out or 12 weeks out, I mean, are you as excited when you your friends tell you, oh yeah, I'm going to have, a Scentsy party, but it's not going to be till May? That's not as exciting. When your friends say, oh, I'm going to have a pure romance party and it's going to be in 3 weeks, you're more apt to make sure that your calendar is open. Because if you tell them it's in 3 months, they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, I'll look at that and I'll check into that later. Okay, make sense? Yeah? Okay. Another thing that's super important is making personal connections. So when I say that, I mean that you need to pick up your damn phone. Okay? I don't mean get on Facebook and post like, I'm looking for people to party with. Facebook is an enhancement. Instagram is an enhancement. Twitter is an enhancement. People want to party with you because they like you and they want that personal connection. So if you're scared of the phone, get over it now. Because that's how you're going to book the most parties. All the girls that have been with me for a while will tell you I hate the phone. If they call me and I'm like very awkward and it takes me a minute to like gain my bearings to remember like how to talk on the phone. That's not my favorite thing in the world. But I'm going to call a hostess or a potential hostess or a potential recruit and talk to them because they're going to hear it in my voice. If I text them and say, hey, I really want to party with you, A, they can ignore me. B, they're not going to hear the excitement in my voice. Whereas if I call them, even if I get voicemail, hey, Sarah, I have this great January booking incentive and I really want to share it with you. So whenever you get a chance, if you want to give me a call back, my dates are filling up really quick. They heard that I was excited, right? Sarah, you want to party with me now, don't you? I know. See? So it's important to get over your fear of the phone. And I don't say this as somebody who's like super bubbly and loves the phone and is on it all the time. I hate it. Like when I have to call clients in my other job, it's the very last thing I do in the day because I like put it off because I cannot stand the phone. But when you pick up the phone, you're going to book way more parties than if you just put some blanket post on Facebook. So if you come to me and you're telling me that I can't book parties, that will be my first question. Did you call anybody? And if you tell me no, I'm going to say, okay, we'll try that. And then we'll talk again in a couple days. It's not to be mean. It's just, that when people make personal connections with you, you're more apt to feel almost obligated to them, right? Like if you have a connection with them, then you want to work with them more than if you have three, let's say you have three friends who sell Scentsy, right? And all three of them post, oh, I'm looking for people to host parties for me, blah, blah, blah. And again, really easy to ignore that, right? But one of your three friends calls you and she's like, hey, Sherry, I'm really trying to hit this booking incentive or this, this incentive with my company, and I really need somebody to host an online party with me. Would you be interested? You're more apt to say yes to that person, right? Because you can't just scroll past their status update. So it's really important that you start using your phone. And if it's something that scares you, then you need to practice. Okay? Next. So we have minimums that we have to hit in this business to stay active. As of yesterday, it became $200 every 2 months, every 60 days. If you are hosting one party every 60 days, that $200 is easy peasy. And that's one party in 2 months, okay? And that's $200 retail. So that's before your discount. So that's not bad. If you have a 50% buying discount, that's only $100 out of your pocket. So what I will tell you, though, is strive to be better than minimum. Okay? Strive to be better than minimum. If you're looking for this business to do something for you, then you need to be doing more than the $200 every 2 months. If this is just something like a part-time thing that you're looking to have fun and you're okay with that, then that's okay, because this business is about you. It's not about me. It's not about Lauren, not about Rachel. It's not about anybody, but it's about you. So if that's all you want to do, then that's all you have to do. But I'm going to tell you right now that when you strive to be better than minimum, your business is going to be better than minimum. People can read you very easily. And if they don't see you talking about pure romance until once every 2 months, when it's time, you've gotten the really scary text from me like, hey, you're about to fall off the island. What's your plan? And then all of a sudden you post on Facebook, people are going to be like, why does this girl only talk about pure romance every 60 days? Like, what's that about? Again, you're not making those personal connections, and it's going to be a lot harder to stay active in this business. The average consultant in pure romance lasts 7 to 9 months. Fact. I can tell you that probably 40% of our team right now has passed that mark. Because I don't like to give up on people. If this is something you want, I'm going to work with you until you get where you want to be. But I will tell you, if you're striving for only minimum, then that's all I'm going to help you with. I can't care more than you do. Your sponsor can't care more than you do. Does that make sense? Yes? Good. Okay. Next, let's talk about the COO a little bit. Let me share my screen with you guys again. All right. So, some things you need to know about the COO. Very first thing I'm going to show you is under Training Center, Party School. If you have not started Party School yet, jump on this. Okay? You click here, right here. It'll be the same way that you log into the COO is how you access Party School. This is going to be the best hands-on training that you can get. Next is the online party planning. This is new. This just came out probably about 3 or 4 months ago. And this tells you about how to have the best party possible. So, you know, you got a booking, awesome, now what? And it's going to give you step-by-step how to make those connections, how to do everything, and how to get the best results. Next is going to be the new consultant corner, which I've already showed you a few things in. right? So getting started, making money, marketing your business, your first party. But these resources right here are really good to look at. This party checklist. When you go to your first party, you're going to want to make sure that you have everything. And how are you going to know what everything is? You're going to click this party checklist. And this is all the things that you should be taking to your party. So pretty awesome. Make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing. Oops. All right, marketing your business. There's a whole marketing tab. If you're within your first 90 days, you have access to the Media Center for free. Utilize this. This is going to have a whole bunch of, Facebook banners, a whole bunch of emails you can send out, newsletters, all sorts of things. But it's really important. Within your first 90 days, you have access to it for free. After that, I think it's $15 a month. I didn't use it after my 90 days. I didn't buy it again until May of this year. And I regret it wholeheartedly because I do a monthly customer newsletter now, and I've started getting more outside orders, more people reaching out to me. You can also track who's looking at it, who's not, who's opted out, all sorts of things. So if you see somebody, it'll show you how many times they looked at it. So if you send a flyer about, becoming a consultant, and you see that person looked at it 4 times, gives you an idea that maybe you should call them and talk to them about the business. But something super cool here is the logo generator. This will make your own logo. So you can get it to look however you want to. Let's see. So it'll have your name. You put right here what you want it to say. You can pick the size, and then you can save it however you want. And this is really nice. You can put this on, all of your paperwork, like your hostess packets and things, which we'll talk about, and any banners or flyers or anything that you use. You can make this logo generator right here. So that's pretty cool. And then the last thing I want to touch on the COO here is my parties. So okay, so this is where you enter all of your upcoming parties, and it's important that you do this because this is how corporate knows that you're holding parties, and it'll show you all the parties that are open, that you've already had, closed parties, and you can follow up, all sorts of things. But this is something that I'll talk a little bit more in depth about next month probably, because they're rolling out a new option and it's going to change. So I don't want to go too much into detail, but it's important that you put your first 3 parties, so your pop the box, your launch party, and then the first party that you book, because that qualifies you for the Inventory Advantage program. And what that means is basically you have the ability to build an inventory. If you've ever shadowed me or you've been to a party with me, you see how much inventory I carry. That took a long time to develop. Obviously, yours isn't going to look like that right away unless you decide to go and put $9,000 on your credit card. No one really wants to do that, right? So they now have an Inventory Advantage program, which you get $1,000 worth of inventory, and it's $99 a month for 5 months. So you get it at half price, and you pay it in installments, but you get all the inventory up front. But you only qualify for that once you have 3 parties entered into the COO. So you need to put your pop the box, you need to put your launch party. Those are 2 parties right there. You need to book a 3rd party and put that in there, and you qualify for that right away. Okay, so that's really very awesome because they did not have that option. That came out last year, so it's a relatively new thing. And I can tell you that women who have inventory book more parties, and they sell more. And the reason for that is because we are impulse buyers, right? You know that if you're standing in line for a really long time at Target and you're standing next to all that crap that you don't actually need, but you can come up with reasons why you need it if it's on sale and it's sitting right in front of you, right? So carrying inventory really boosts your sales. So when you first get started, your inventory is not going to be that big, and that's okay because you're getting started. It takes a while to build it, but this program helps you guys tremendously. So as soon as you put 3 parties in, you get an email and your sponsor gets an email saying that you qualify. And which parties need to go in my parties, Danielle? Your pop the box party, that can count as one. Your launch party can count as one. And then the first party that you book outside of those 2. Those can be your first 3 parties. Okay. And then lastly, placing an order on the COO, which your sponsor will help you place your first order so you know like what you're doing. But let me go back to share screen. Under orders, you can go to place regular order right here. And this is how you place your order. I'm going to show you something pretty cool for you girls that are just getting started and who don't know the catalog back and forwards and in your sleep like I do. There's a catalog browser. So you can go to catalog browser, you can go to all, and you can put all items per page. What this is going to do is this is going to pull everything up, and it's going to give you a picture. That's pretty cool, right? So if somebody at your party orders body dew, you're going to click on body dew. And you can click your scent. Ooh, look, they have the new scents listed. Winter Fantasy. That's exciting. Shoot. Okay. So you can pick your product right here, and then you can pick your quantity right here as well. I'm going to show you smart ordering in a second. So if things come in 6-packs, I always recommend you buy the 6-pack, whether you keep all 6 or you partner with a fellow consultant. So if, you know, Sherry and Danielle, you're trying to build your inventory and you're like, okay, I need 3 Love Story Coochie. Sherry and Danielle's like, well, I need 3 Sweet Fantasy Coochie. If one of you buys a 6-pack Love Story and the other one buys a 6-pack of Sweet Fantasy, you can swap those 3 and 3, and then you end up with more inventory. So we always, you know, you'll see people post on the page like, hey, I'm looking for a 6-pack buddy to buy X and Y, anyone interested? And then as your business grows, you'll become a product hoarder like myself. And I just buy all 6 and keep them. So, but yeah, so this is a really cool option if you don't know the products, like I said, backwards and forwards and in your sleep. It lets you, as you're ordering, see what it is that you're ordering for someone. If you know that at your party they ordered Blind Date, you're like, I don't even remember what toy that is. You'll see the picture, so it'll help you learn the things a lot quicker. Okay? All right. All right. Hold on one second. I have someone asking a question. All right. So next is our YouTube channel. So yes, Sassy Sweethearts has a YouTube channel. How exciting is that? So how do you find the YouTube channel? On the Sassy Sweethearts page, if you're on a computer, there is a search function. You can search YouTube. It'll pull up anything where YouTube has been mentioned. But what I did today is I added it right here to the description. So you now can see the YouTube channel right from here. And when you go to that, oh, this is, okay. So this is our YouTube channel. It's gonna look different to me because I'm the administrator, but this is gonna be all different things that we have, that I have posted, and trainings that we have done. Either I've recorded at meetings or just different things that I have shown you. This was new consultant training, which, like I said, is very similar to what I'm doing today. There'll just be some variations, but it's on the YouTube page. Hostess coaching is on here. But the thing that I really want to focus on and show you guys is smart ordering. This is something that I recommend every single Sassy Sweetheart watch, and this is going to help you maximize your profit. I'm going to tell you right now that I love profit. I love to make money, and I want you guys to make money as well. So the best way to do that is to order smartly. And I talk about that in that video about ordering in 6-packs, having 6-pack buddies, ordering only twice a month instead of every time that you need something, because shipping for us is outrageous. So it's important that you are maximizing your profit by only ordering twice a month, or, you know, if you only need to order once a month, whatever. But if you party constantly, instead of ordering after every single party, you're going to go ahead and lump those orders together and only order twice. And that's going to help you maximize profit because you're not spending as much in shipping. Because when you place an order, everything gets shipped to you, and if you didn't have it in stock for your people, you have to ship it out to them. And as of yesterday, shipping went up to $7 for our customers, but that means that they're only paying $7 whether they bought a $19 item or $219 worth of stuff. $7 is a flat rate regardless. And you have to pay shipping to get to you, and then shipping to get it out if you're not dropping it off to them. So that video is going to help you maximize your profit. And if you have questions about it, I would love to help you because, like I said, profit's my favorite, like one of my favorite words. I have a couple, but profit's pretty big up there. And it's important that you are understanding how to make the most money possible so you stay, because we don't want you to leave the island. Once you're on our island, we kind of like you to stay. Okay. Next, activating your website, setting up PayPal, ordering PR gear. So activating your website, hopefully Sherry and Danielle, did you guys do that already? Yeah? No? Okay, Sherry, I'll show you real quick. So let me go back here. When you get started, you go to My Business and you go to My Information. And you're going to go to, oh no, what's going on? Okay, you're going to go to My Website. And let's see, you can update your website, all sorts of things, put announcements, all sorts of things here. Let me see. But if it's not activated, I think there's an option I think you just click it to say activate it, but you need to make sure all this stuff is here, and then you update website. So pretty simple. The other thing is having a PayPal or Square or some way to take credit cards, because most people do not carry cash with them anymore. So you need to make sure that you are, you have some way to take credit cards. Most of us on the team use PayPal, just because their rates are less. You can get a debit card with them, and you get a swiper as well. So most of us use PayPal, but I know at least 2 or 3 girls use Square, because PayPal, when you are activating your PayPal account, you have to activate it as a business, and you have to take your time, because if you mess up or press the wrong thing, it'll kick you out and they won't approve you. They've gotten really stringent with PayPal since we got all the chip readers and stuff. So it's important that you're taking your time. So if you're setting up a PayPal account and you're confused, call me or call your sponsor, and we can go ahead and help you with that. If you're doing Square, I don't know anything about that. So it's very similar, but I know they charge a little bit more per swipe for the fee. And you don't get a debit card, so it takes 3 to 5 days to transfer the money to your bank account like PayPal does. But at least with PayPal, you get a debit card, so you have access to that money that night. Okay? And then lastly, PR gear is when you go to orders. If you go to order from business partners, and PR gear is going to be right here. This is going to be bags and pins and shirts and cups and all sorts of stuff that says Pure Romance. This is how you're going to market yourself when you're out there. So you click here to start shopping. The other thing you need to know is Print Center. This is where you get your business cards. You get labels for your products. So when people run out, they contact you for refills, all sorts of things like that. Okay? All right. Any questions? We doing good? Yeah? Okay. Next, I'm going to talk about social media. So I already told you that it's supposed to be used as an enhancement, not as your go-to. But some things I want to share with you about social media. You need to make sure that you are posting appropriate posts. Never, ever, ever should toys be posted on your Facebook page. That's a Pure Romance rule, and that's a Facebook rule. If you post anything that has a toy in it, Facebook can shut your account down. It's against their policies. So you should never be posting toys right on your page. If you set up a private group or a private event, like not public, it has to be private, and you post something, then that's different. But it should never be like, hey, I'm having a special on all G-spot vibrators with pictures of like Full Bloom and Me Time and all sorts of stuff on your page. Someone can report you and Facebook will shut you down. It's against corporate policy, and it's against Facebook policy. So you should never, ever, ever be posting toys on your main page. You're going to be real sad when they shut your account down. The other thing is that you need to also remember that like lots of people are looking at your page. If somebody is intimidated about Pure Romance because of the toys, and you're constantly posting pictures of vibrators, they're going to continue being intimidated. 80% of our business is our liquid line. That's what you need to be showing people. Yes, they know that you sell sex toys. We all know that we sell sex toys. But they need to know that there's more out there, and there is more to Pure Romance than just the sex toys. So you should not ever be posting pictures of toys on your Facebook page. So if you do and Facebook shuts your account down, you can only be mad at yourself. Next, you now are a business owner. Everything you do reflects on that business. If you are posting constant negativity, constant, so like I have a really bad potty mouth, but I don't on my Facebook page. I used to, like, now you can see the memories and like stuff comes up from 2010. I'm like, oh, that's so embarrassing. I can't believe I said that like out loud. People saw that. But you need to make sure that you are staying positive because people want positivity in their life. You now are representing not only Pure Romance, but you're representing yourself. And if you are constantly out there saying, F this and F this person and screw this girl and, my boyfriend's a piece of shit and all sorts of stuff, if you're constantly putting that out there, people don't want you in their home. They don't want you bringing your drama to their house. They just don't. We all have enough of our own drama. We don't want to invite somebody else to bring theirs with them. They want to see you and they want to think of a good time. They want to think of fun. They want to think of positivity. Do I ooze positivity all the time? No. I sure do not. But my customers think I do. And they should, because I'm representing my business. If Target posted on their page, like, oh, well, F this girl, she booked a party with me and then didn't come, or, screw all my friends, they're this and they're that. You're not going to Target anymore, are you? No. I mean, you might, because Target's like super addictive, so it might have been a bad choice. But you know what I mean? Like, you're more apt to shop somewhere else, and there are tons of other consultants out there. You want to put your best foot forward all the time. So if you're having a bad day, the thing I recommend the most, do not get on Facebook. Just don't do it. And then, like I said, just remember you're representing yourself, you're representing your sponsor, you're representing me, you're representing Sassy Sweethearts, and you're representing Pure Romance. We don't want that negativity brought to us because people already think of Pure Romance in a negative light until they know how great we are. So anything we can do to continue the positivity, that's what we want to do. So if you're having a really bad day and you really need to like say F this or F that, like text your friend, get a journal. Like, let me be a therapeutic for a second. Get a journal, write in it. That's where you should be putting that stuff, not out there for the world to see, because you're not representing your business. And especially if you're trying to get it off the ground, they're going to be like, why am I going to bring this girl into my house? Okay. With Pure Romance, you have 3 streams of income. You have your party sales. Parties is where you're going to make the most money. Plain and simple. If you're not partying, the money, you're leaving tons of money out there. I mean, I'll gladly pick it up, but I would like you guys to pick it up too. So, party sales. Second one is web orders and follow-up. So it's important that you are not a one-night stand for your customers. So what I mean by that is you have a party on, January 1st, and they don't hear from you again until you're looking to fill your calendar again. They are way more apt to forget about you, to find another consultant. You need to follow up. So a week after they get their products, how did you like your products? Da, 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 da. Lauren just posted I think it was last week, she posted all of the little cute things she texts to people after her party. That's a way that they're going to remember you. They're going to remember that, right? And then lastly, your third stream of income is building a team. So as you guys have seen on the page, as I've said before, I didn't start a team until I was 14 months into the business. I look at how much money I make now from having a team, and I'm like, damn, that was dumb. It was dumb. But that was my journey, and that's what I felt like doing. I didn't want a team. I didn't want to be responsible for other people. So I was like not very responsible for myself at the time. So thinking of like helping other people be successful was not on my radar. Once I started a team, I love it. It's one of the things that keeps me going. I love doing these trainings, and I love my override check. I'm not going to lie to you. My override check pays my mortgage. So that's your third stream of income. When you sign, if you're like, I'm still new in the business, I'm not ready to sponsor, That's okay. I'm totally okay with that. You will learn something about me is I want you to do whatever makes you happy and feel successful, not what I think is successful. Our definitions don't have to be the same. If, you know, Sherry, you decide you want to sponsor right away, Danielle, you decide you don't, okay. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But if you want to sponsor and you're like, I'm just too new, I'm too scared, you have to remember you have the support of a really strong team. We are always going to be there. You see that Sassy Sweetheart page is blown up all the time. Like all the time people are on there. You post something and usually within like 10 minutes at the most, you have an answer, whether it's myself or somebody else. You have the support. So if you want to build a team, do not hesitate. If that doesn't feel right to you, then don't. Either way, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. I want you to feel successful. Okay. But there is a concept that they call me+3. So basically you get started, and when you sign 3 girls and they activate, you become a senior consultant. Perks of senior consultant. You get a 50% buying discount. That's pretty sweet. You get $100 lifestyle bonus every month as long as you hit your minimums. And you make 2.5%, and corporate pays you. Those girls don't pay you. Like Danielle, you don't owe me money ever. Like you don't ever have to be like, here, Stacy, here's a check for what I did this month. No, corporate pays me. Corporate pays me to do these trainings. Corporate pays me to make sure that you guys are successful. So you get 2.5% when you're a senior consultant off your first and your second downline. And then as you grow in the business and you build your team higher and higher, those percentages go up. You then start making money off your third and your fourth downline. Like the new incentive guide, the new rewards book they sent out. So at Advanced Director, which is the level I'm at, I was getting a $250 lifestyle bonus every month just for hitting my minimums and making sure you guys were getting trained and feeling supported and secure. That's pretty awesome, right? As of January 1st, they went up to $400. They're giving me $400 a month. I know, right? Like, shit, okay, I'll take that, I guess. You know, and it's for something I like doing. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it anymore. So the me+3, $100 lifestyle bonus, 2.5% off girls that you sign, plus a 50% buying discount. Pretty sweet. Okay. And like I said, if you're scared and you're like, I'm too new, I don't want to sponsor, you have me, you have the other leaders on the page, on the team. You're always going to have the support. If you really want to sponsor, I will help you. Okay. Next. Okay. So we have 2 Facebook pages that I added you to. There's tons. If you go on Facebook and you search like Pure Romance Consultants, you're going to find like flyer groups. You're going to find trade pages. You're going to find tons and tons of Pure Romance stuff. I add you to 2 because I'm scared that I overwhelm you right off the bat and you're going to run. So I add you to 2. The rest you can find, or if you're like, I want to be added to a marketing group, I can add you to that too. Like, you know, there's other stuff that you can be added to as you go along. But you get added to Bliss Beauties, which is Nikki Hughes' team, which you guys are all a part of. And then there's the Sassy Sweetheart page, which is our page. So I'll just show you really quick. If you haven't had a chance to look around on this page, it's pretty sweet. I mean, if I say so myself. This is our group page, right? So you're going to have members, events that we're having that I've made events for are going to be right up here. Photos. So like, let's say we just talked about Lauren's follow-up and she just posted those. And you're like, oh my God, I don't want to scroll back through everything. You go to photos. Here's the photos she posted. They're right here. Or if you're like, oh yeah, I really, you know, I liked that, that picture Stacy posted about getting people excited about my new business. You go back, it's right here. So all this stuff is going to be back through here. So that's photos, and then files. This is something that you guys really want to check out. This is going to be all sorts of different things. Like I said, this is the fast track I do for my first downline. I know Rachel does one that's pretty similar. These sheets down here that start with hostess and recruit, things like that, those are your recruit packets and your hostess packets, which I'm not going to get into today, but there is a video on hostess coaching on the YouTube page. You can check that out. Consultant party checklist, who do you know, top reasons for a weekday party, all sorts of stuff, games. So really check this out. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff on here for you guys to look through. And then on your phone, you can see all the same stuff. It's just, it looks a little bit different. All right. Oh, also, hold on. There's also, if you go to the main page, there's going to be a pinned post. So if you're looking on your phone, it'll show view pinned posts. You click on that. This is going to have, the main post is going to have all my upcoming parties that you can shadow with my phone number. It's right here. So like I said, I make you guys available, or make myself available to you guys. And then in the comments are going to be Rachel and Lauren's. Okay? So, you can look through here. Their phone numbers are right here as well. So if you want to shadow one of their parties, you just shoot them a text and let them know. The thing I will say about shadowing, you need to remember, just like a shadow in real life, you are quiet. Okay? We take you along so you can learn, but you have to remember that we have our own styles and we have our own systems. So if you're shadowing a party and you have questions, you should have a notebook so you can write stuff down so I can answer questions, or Rachel or Lauren can answer questions afterwards. When you're in the ordering room, you are going to watch and observe how we upsell and how we cross-sell and how we talk and communicate with our customers. It is not your place to recommend products to customers. It is not your place to tell them, oh, if you can't get it today, so-and-so just booked a party so you can get it then. No. We offer that opportunity for you guys to learn from us. So what we ask is that you are quiet and that you are a shadow for us. We also ask that if you're coming with us, you're helping. You're helping us set up, you're helping us pack up, you're helping us bring stuff in and out of the car. And the reason for that is if we have somebody that's there, we want to get in and out quicker, and we can answer questions as we're doing all of that stuff. But if you're coming, please be respectful that this is how we make money. So you need to respect that we have a system. And even if it's something as simple as like somebody in the ordering room saying like, oh, I really want to get Serenity and a hot heart massager, but I can't decide which. Even if it's something as harmful, like harmless in your mind as saying, oh, well, the hot heart massager is way better. We may have a way that we may have a package that we just didn't offer like out loud, and we might say, oh, well, we'll do both for $30 for you if you purchase both. You just need to watch what we're doing. Because if we have girls that are in the ordering room and they start spitting stuff out, that throws us off our game. Okay? So it's really important that as a shadow, you shadow. Okay? Also, you need to remember professionista. So that's what Patty Brisbane calls it. And basically what that means is when you go to meetings, not at my house because I don't care what you look like, you can come in freaking sweatpants. That's fine. As long as you're here, I'm good with that. But when you go to other trainings, other meetings, your parties, anything where you're representing Pure Romance, no denim, no yoga pants, no sweatpants, nothing. It should always be dress pants, skirts, business attire. Okay? Whether that's black pants and a sweater, that's totally fine. Whether it's a full-out business suit, if that's what you feel most comfortable in, more power to you. But you need to make sure that you look professional at all times because, again, you are representing a company and they pride themselves on that. That also means that when you are doing your demo, you are using anatomically correct words. It is called a clitoris or clitoris. It's not called a clit. Okay? It is called a vagina. It is not called a kuka. It is not called a nani. It is not called any of those things. It is called a vagina. So if you're not comfortable with those words, get real comfortable. Okay? That also means that, like I said, you should be representing yourself in the utmost business, professional way at all times. Social media, when you're out in public, if you're wearing, any pure romance thing, you're representing the company. They know that you have some affiliation with them. If you're out in public and you're talking about how you work for this crazy bitch and, da 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 and all sorts of stuff, like that's putting a bad spin on the company. So, professionista at all times. Okay. Next, positivity on the team and karma. These are two things that I am very, very strong about, and I'm sure Sarah can shake her head and nod that this is something that I talk about a lot at pretty much every meeting at some point. Our page is for positivity, motivation, and overall goodness, right? Like you want to see some really depressing stuff, or you want to, do some, I don't know, turn on the damn news. Like, that's not what Sassy Sweetheart page is for. Yes, we all have our bad days. That does not mean I don't ever want to hear about your bad days. It does not mean I don't want to hear about your bad party. If you left a party and you're like, oh my God, I had a $200 party and there were 90 people there. Like, yeah, that sucks. Like, we get it. If you need to post that, go ahead and post that. But you're not bashing anyone. You're looking for more. If you're posting that, it's because you're looking for somebody to help pick you up. Because if you're looking for people to jump on and bash with you, that's not going to happen on the page, and I will delete that shit real quick. Okay? Like I said, we have a lot of negativity. We can go pretty much anywhere for negativity. That's not what the page is for. Our team is supportive of one another. When I start to hear things, or see things that worry me about the direction that the team's going in, I will be the first to call it out. And I won't do it like rudely, but I will individually talk with you and see what's going on, because we should be there to support one another. When I say karma, what I mean by that is if you meet somebody and they've been talking, let's say, Danielle, you have a party. Okay, I'm just going to use you as an example because I looked up and you were right there. So let's say you're at a party and somebody's like, oh yeah, I'm interested in the business. The first question you should ask them is, are you working with another consultant already? And if they say, oh, well, Stacy's been my consultant for 2 years. Oh, well, Stacy's really good in that area. So you know what? Let me send her a message real quick and let her know you're still thinking about the business. And that's going to come back on you as good karma. If you don't ask that, or if somebody tells you, yeah, I've been a regular customer of Stacy's for 2 years, and you're like, well, shit, she didn't do her job. That's bad karma, and that'll come back. So if you're out there and I'm telling you guys this stuff because this stuff really happens, okay? So if you book a party with Susie and, you're really excited and you tell her all the great stuff she's going to get and all sorts of stuff, and then all of a sudden you have, Jane from another team that comes along and they're like, oh, Susie, I sell pure romance too. You know what? I'll give you double everything that Danielle's giving you. That's going to make you feel pretty bad, right? So that means that you're not going to do it to other people. Does it happen? Yes. Does it still happen to me? Sometimes. I just remind myself that consultant karma is going to come back. You need to be mindful of the sisterhood and remember we're all in this together. Yes, we're all trying to make money, and don't get me wrong, I'm going to book a party if someone wants to book a party with me. But if they tell me that I'm not going to try and steal a party from somebody else ever, I'm not going to up what I'm going to give them for it. We just had the experience with the sponsoring blitz, right? So when Danielle and Sherry, when you signed, We have this great kit special. We've been working with girls for months, you know, trying to get them to sign and all sorts of stuff. And then another consultant, and this happened to somebody on our team, another consultant came along from a different team and said, you host a party with me before you buy your kit, I'll buy your kit for you. Of course she's going to go with that consultant. She doesn't understand like the sisterhood and how it works and karma and all sorts of shit. She's going to hear somebody's buying my business for me, right? That's what she's going to do. Yes, we'd hope that people would understand, like, we've been working with you and supporting you for the last 2 months, but that doesn't happen usually. But you need to not be the consultant that's trying to steal others away, because that will follow you around and people will learn your name really quick. And it's not a good way to get your name learned. Okay. And then last, book, sell, share, repeat. Write that down. Book, sell, share, repeat. That's how you make money in this business. You book parties, you sell product, you share the opportunity, and you do it all over again. When you go to corporate trainings, you'll hear Chris say that over and over and over. Book, sell, share, repeat. It's the way you're going to make money in this business. It's how you're going to stay successful. You know, and it, like I said, if you decide not to build a team, then that's fine. That doesn't mean you're not going to be successful. It just means that money is getting left on the table. And I'll pick it up. It's fine. I'll take it. Don't worry. But, you know, that's the best way that you're going to make money in this business. So, with that said, do I have any questions? Was this helpful? Would you guys tell me if it wasn't? Sherry, I believe you would. I really do think you would. All right. So like I said, check out all those files on the page. Check out the YouTube channel. I'm really going to work hard. I went down to 2 days. I was doing 3 days at work. I went down to 2 days now. So I'm going to work really hard on trying to do a training a week on the YouTube channel for you guys on different things. So if you have questions or suggestions on things you'd like to see, especially Sarah, since you've been around for a little bit now, like if there's stuff that you're like, I know I need this, you know, shoot me a text, shoot me a message. If you private message me, do it on the Stacy Lynn account, because that's what Messenger set up on my phone, and that makes it a lot easier for me. I will answer the other ones. It just takes me a while, because then I got to go into like Safari, and it's like, it's annoying. So if you want to like just Facebook message me, do it on the Stacy Lynn account. Both of them are on the page. You can add either account. You can add both of them. You can do whatever you want. I don't really care. But yeah, just know that we are always here for you, always. So I do monthly coaching calls where I will post times that are available, and you get to sign up. So whether you're in my first line or you're in my fourth line, I give you 30 minutes of my time, and we talk and we chat and we come up with strategies and we set goals. Sarah, have you found that to be successful? You find it helpful? Okay. So I started that, I think, 2 months ago now. So January's dates will get posted probably this weekend, because I'm actually like up and alive and feeling like semi-normal again. My foot is super bruised, for those of you who had them from the party last week. It's the whole top of my foot is bruised. It's disgusting. But I'm feeling better, and I am up and alive and back on the grind. So if you do have questions, Danielle, when we get done, I'm going to shoot you a text so we can figure out a time to chat this week. So kind of get things nailed down. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead real quick. And okay, you're all unmuted now. So if you do have any questions that you want to throw out there or anything, you can go ahead and let me know. We good?
No questions.
No questions. God, I must be getting so good at these. Okay.
Thanks for your knowledge.
No problem. Anytime. So you guys have a good rest of your Saturdays. Anyone partying this weekend?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Me either.
No.
Me either. So check out those days. Make sure that you're scheduling shadows. The January team meeting is set up for the 25th, which is a Monday night at 6:30. We're going to have, actually it's Sarah's sister-in-law, right, Sarah? Yeah, we're going to have a tax a lady there who does taxes. Who's going to talk to you about taxes, which for Danielle and Sherry, you don't really need to worry about this year, but it's good to know. You're going to get that knowledge right from the jump, so that's good to know.
Good to know to prepare everything.
Yep, absolutely. And then I'm going to do my full party demo. So that doesn't mean that you can't shadow me still, because you won't see me actually interact with people, which I'm kind of good at. Just saying. But you will get to see my full party demo if you haven't seen it yet. So it'll be a good meeting. It'll be fun. And yeah, I think that's it. And then the Bliss Beauties meeting is out in New Baltimore on the 10th, if you guys are interested. I told them at the Christmas party that corporate is going to be in town, actually, because Nikki's going to be featured on Pure Success, which is one of the TV shows. So they're going to be in town, and they'll probably be recording parts of the meeting. So she asked that I make sure that Sassy Sweethearts are available if possible. So if you're interested in going, it's on the 10th, which is next Sunday at 6:30. Okay. Is everyone going to Rachel's? Anyone going to Rachel's tomorrow?
I am.
You are?
I am.
Okay.
I'm trying to. I think I might be there.
All right, good. Well, then I will see you guys tomorrow. And if you think of anything in the meantime, like I said, shoot me a message, shoot me a text, whatever, and I'm around. All right?
Thanks.
Have
Have
a
a good day.
good rest of your weekend.
Bye.